Hey, 49ers faithful. Today, we are diving deep into everything going on with our San Francisco 49ers as the season unfolds in ways that are both surprising and concerning. Let's start by looking at the defensive side of the ball, because if there's one storyline that has dominated discussions this year, it's the struggles of the Niners pass rush. The team made some moves in the offseason that initially sparked excitement, bringing in Keenan White and Cleveland Ferrell, two additions that promised to bolster the edge. But just days later, reality set in when Mel Williams suffered a season-ending injury, joining Nick Bosa, who was already sidelined, and suddenly the 49ers found themselves with both starting defensive ends out for the year. This drastically changed the dynamics of a unit that was expected to put pressure on opposing quarterbacks and dominate at the line of scrimmage. Instead, the Niners have seen their pass rushing effectiveness plummet, creating a ripple effect that has impacted their overall defensive performance. Sunday's matchup against the Cardinals highlighted this issue starkly. Jacoby Brissett dropped back 57 times, and the 49ers were able to generate pressure on only 13 of those attempts. And the sack total? 0. That marked the third game this season in which the 49ers failed to record a single sack, a stat that speaks volumes about the challenges facing this defensive front. Through 11 games, the team has accumulated only 12 sacks, putting them on pace for a total of just 18.5 by the end of the season. To put that in perspective, that would be the lowest total since sacks were officially tracked in the league, a concerning figure for a team that prides itself on aggressive, disruptive defense. Bryce Hoff leads the team with just 4 sacks, and the next highest contributor, Nick Bosa, has not recorded a sack since Week 2, further emphasizing how much the injuries and lack of depth have impacted the pass rush. The team currently ranks 32nd in the NFL in total sacks, and pressure rate sits at just 26.23%, also last in the league. Even when compared to other struggling units, the numbers are stark. Looking ahead, the Niners face a Carolina Panthers defense that, on paper, presents an opportunity. The Panthers themselves have struggled to generate consistent pressure, putting up only 16 sacks and recording fewer total pressures than the 49ers despite their weak offensive output. In fact, Carolina's overall pass rushing statistics are slightly better than San Francisco's, but not by a margin that would be intimidating. This matchup offers the 49ers a chance to take control at Levi's Stadium because both teams lack elite pass rushing talent, and for a quarterback like Brock Purdy, it should mean clean pockets and ample time to make plays. The offensive line for the 49ers has had its moments of struggle, but against a Carolina unit that cannot get consistent pressure, Purdy should have the space needed to operate efficiently. Carolina's offensive woes are another layer of opportunity for San Francisco. Bryce Young, who finished last season showing flashes of potential, has regressed, facing challenges in mobility, arm strength, and overall execution. The team averages just 18.8 points per game, ranking 28th in scoring. Their yardage per game is 22nd, yards per play 26th, and third down conversions 24th. In the red zone, they rank 20th. Despite these numbers, the Panthers' defense has managed to stay competitive in many games, largely due to disciplined red zone performance and some standout individual efforts. Bryce Young has struggled with consistency, completing under 63% of his passes, throwing for fewer than 2,000 yards, and recording a quarterback rating of 86. He has 14 touchdowns against 7 interceptions, and his average passing yards per game sits at a disappointing 196.2. For the 49ers, this combination of a weak offensive unit and a pass rush that is still finding its rhythm creates a scenario ripe for exploitation, especially in primetime conditions at Levi's Stadium. Beyond the immediate matchup, there's another storyline gaining traction: the trade buzz surrounding backup quarterback M. Jones. After stepping in for Brock Purdy and delivering a 5-3 record in his starts, Jones has established himself as a quarterback capable of winning games in the NFL. Reports suggest that with his contract situation and demonstrated skill set, he could emerge as a highly sought-after trade target in 2026. The quarterback market is thinner than usual this year due to some potential draft-eligible players returning to college, meaning that teams in need of a starter might look at Jones as an immediate solution. He represents a blend of proven NFL experience and affordability, having signed a 2-year deal under $9 million, which makes him a low-risk, high-reward option for teams looking to bolster the most important position on the field. San Francisco faces a delicate balance. On one hand, Jones has shown he can succeed in Kyle Shanahan's system, stepping up whenever injuries have sidelined Puri and delivering efficiency in production. Over 8 starts this season, he completed nearly 70% of his passes, threw for over 2,100 yards with 13 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, and posted a quarterback rating of 97.4, averaging 268.9 passing yards per game, ranking him in the top 10 across the league. On the other hand, the team must consider whether the value they could receive in a trade, potentially a first or second-round pick, outweighs the strategic advantage of keeping a reliable, cost-effective quarterback as insurance against future injuries. With Puri's injury history and the inherent volatility of the quarterback position, maintaining Jones on the roster could be a decisive factor in the 49ers' push for the playoffs, ensuring that they have a capable leader ready to step in and sustain a competitive edge. While the trade discussions continue to simmer, what remains clear is that the Niners' season is defined by both challenges and opportunities. Their pass rush has struggled more than anyone anticipated. Injuries have reshaped the defensive landscape, and yet they face teams with similar weaknesses that provide openings to capitalize. Offensively, there are opportunities to exploit matchups against defenses that cannot consistently pressure the quarterback, and on the roster management front, the strategic decisions regarding players like Jones could have long-term implications not just for the upcoming season, but for years to come. With 8 wins and 4 losses as a potential milestone on the horizon, every game, every adjustment, and every individual performance becomes crucial. The Niners are navigating a complex landscape, balancing the realities of injuries, statistical deficiencies, and emerging opportunities, all while chasing the ultimate goal of playoff positioning and championship contention. Looking forward, the discussion around Jones is not just about his trade potential. It's about the broader strategic landscape for the 49ers as they navigate this pivotal stage of the season. Jones has proven himself as a starter capable of winning games, and that puts San Francisco in a unique position. While some teams may be tempted to view him purely as a tradable asset, his value to the Niners goes beyond draft capital. With Brock Puri's history of injuries and the uncertainty that comes with relying solely on a single quarterback, having Jones ready to step in at a high level provides a level of security few teams enjoy. He has shown a remarkable ability to adapt to Shanahan's system, make critical throws under pressure, and lead the offense efficiently, even with a roster that has had its share of injuries and inconsistencies at key receiving positions. His development reflects both natural talent and the influence of elite coaching, demonstrating how well a player can flourish in the right system. When evaluating the Niners' offensive outlook, it's clear that the team has several advantages they can leverage, especially when matched against opponents like Carolina. The offensive line, despite some struggles earlier in the season, should have the opportunity to give Puri or Jones ample time in the pocket against a defense that is ranked among the least effective at generating pressure. This presents the potential for explosive plays downfield, particularly if the team can get creative with their scheme and maximize the talent of the receiving core. While injuries have impacted players like Kendrick Bourne and George Kittle, and the production from wide receivers has fluctuated, there remains the potential for big moments if the quarterbacks can take advantage of the spacing and mismatches in coverage. It's a matter of execution, timing, and leveraging the strategic play calling that Shanahan is known for. Defensively, the challenge remains clear. The 49ers need to find ways to generate pressure without their star edge rushers. While the current numbers are discouraging, every game presents opportunities to adjust, rotate personnel, and create situations where opponents feel the heat more consistently. Even a marginal increase in pressure rate or quarterback disruption can swing close games in San Francisco's favor. It's a season where every defensive stand, every third down stop, and every red zone opportunity carries amplified weight. The team's ability to adapt, innovate, and maximize their current roster will determine not only the outcome of individual matchups, but also their trajectory toward the postseason. The matchup against the Panthers further illustrates the complexity of the season. Carolina's struggles on offense and their inability to consistently challenge opposing defenses with a pass rush give the 49ers a clear pathway to control the game. Bryce Young has shown limitations in mobility, arm strength, and decision-making, and the Panthers supporting cast has yet to fully complement his development. Their offensive line has had its lapses, and key skill positions have underperformed relative to expectations. This alignment of weaknesses allows San Francisco to approach the game with confidence, potentially dictating tempo, sustaining drives, and exploiting mismatches downfield. The Niners' ability to dominate time of possession and execute in critical situations will likely be decisive. At the same time, attention remains fixed on the larger strategic questions facing the franchise. Beyond the immediate matchups and injuries, the 49ers are navigating a landscape that includes potential trades, draft considerations, and long-term roster planning. If Jones were to be moved, the return would need to be substantial, perhaps a first or second-round pick, to justify parting with a player who has demonstrated the ability to star at a high level at a very affordable salary. Yet keeping him provides insurance against injury and maintains continuity within Shanahan's system, which has proven highly effective in maximizing talent. It is a delicate balance between immediate needs and long-term planning, between capitalizing on market interest and maintaining the flexibility to compete at a championship level. In terms of offensive production, the 49ers have shown that they can adapt and succeed even when facing adversity. Brock Purdy's injuries have placed pressure on backup quarterbacks, but the team has managed to maintain a competitive edge, largely due to the preparation, scheme, and adaptability instilled by the coaching staff. Jones' performance when called upon has been a testament to this approach, highlighting how depth, preparation, and coaching synergy can mitigate the risks inherent in the NFL's physically demanding environment. As a result, the Niners are positioned to approach the remainder of the season with options, whether that means leaning on a proven starter, integrating emerging talent, or making calculated roster moves that enhance overall competitiveness. The defensive concerns, particularly around the pass rush, remain a pressing issue. The absence of Bosa and Williams has exposed gaps in the lineup, and the team has struggled to generate consistent pressure, a cornerstone of any championship-contending defense. Yet, facing opponents like Carolina offers a reprieve, an opportunity to execute without constant disruption from an elite pass rush. It is in these moments that strategy, discipline, and situational awareness become critical. Coordinators must craft schemes that maximize existing personnel, create pressure through creative alignments, and ensure that even with limited sacks, the defense can bend without breaking, forcing turnovers, and controlling key moments in the game. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Santa Clara is buzzing with whispers tonight as the rumor mill ignites around the arrival of QUINNEN Williams, who has reportedly touched down and is already making waves in the 49ers locker room. Sources close to the team hint that the defensive line, long admired but sometimes criticized for inconsistency, may be on the brink of a seismic shift. Williams, whose reputation as a disruptive force in the trenches precedes him, is said to be immediately taking command of the defensive front, earning nods of respect from teammates and coaches alike. Insiders suggest that the mere presence of Williams has injected a new intensity into practice sessions, with younger linemen reportedly hanging on his every move, picking up techniques, and embracing a more aggressive mentality. He's a natural leader, one anonymous source murmured, noting that even veterans are adjusting their routines to match the energy he brings. While no official statement has been made regarding his role in upcoming matchups, speculation is rife that Williams could reshape the 49ers' defensive identity almost overnight. Fans are already buzzing on social media, sharing clips of early training snaps and dissecting potential schemes. Analysts who have caught wind of the development are weighing in on the implications, with some suggesting this could be the spark the 49ers' front line needed to dominate opponents in the trenches. Others caution that while talent is undeniable, chemistry and adaptation will be the true test of whether this pairing of Williams and the existing roster can live up to the hype. Meanwhile, rival teams are reportedly taking notice, with whispers that offensive coordinators are already brainstorming ways to counteract Williams' anticipated dominance. If even half the rumors circulating are true, it could mark the beginning of a new era in Santa Clara, with Quinnen Williams at the helm of a defense poised to make noise across the league. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.